Hello, I'm Scott Needham. I'm the founder of Smart Scout, and I'm going to show you the brands and categories features in Smart Scout. I have been buying and selling brand names on Amazon for over 8 years, and I know that the data that we have in Smart Scout is the best out there for helping you find these diamonds in the rough. So let's jump in and see where Smart Scout data makes the difference. Here I am in the categories view, and we have all these top level categories. I'm going to select the arts, crafts, and sewing. That's one that I have a lot of experience with. I have had a lot of successful brands that we have been selling. Now, when you just click a search here on the category with these default filters, you're gonna bring up all the best brands. And I like to sort things by monthly revenue. But let's take a look at these columns. We have our Amazon brand, Amazon's in stock rate. This is based off of the last 90 days across all of their products. This is Amazon as a seller. Then we have average selling price, monthly revenue, and a few extra columns that, average size of the product, reviews, average number of FBA sellers, and if this brand has a dominant seller, we name them right here. Then, there's a brand score based off of the quality of their product pages. There's 13,000 brands in this category, and I can find the best of the best. So let's do that, and I'll show you my favorite filters. See, my business's success has always been avoiding selling against Amazon retail. So I'm gonna put a maximum of 10% Amazon in stock rate. That should get rid of, companies where Amazon is really crowding out all the other opportunities. So now with this, I have 11,000 brands that I could choose from. And I could jump in and see which ones that catch my attention. I have seen US Art Supply. So here's what happens when I click on this Amazon brand. You'll see it'll pull up their products from US Art Supply, and you just get an idea of what it is. Looks like it's art supplies from all over the categories. But I want to look at the products. I click this Show Brand button, and this will load up the their top selling products sorted by monthly revenue. And I can, start to dive in to really see things at a different level. You can see the buy box price. This is clearly a more expensive product. I see the review counts, whether it's a variation page, and the number of sellers. I do have experience with this brand. We've been selling on USR. I know this TCP Global Corporation. They are a reseller. That's why I'm not scared to jump in and, see if there's opportunities for me to sell. So I'm gonna click on this ASIN. Looks like this is a large variation page, and good price point, good page, really good reviews. So I think this is a good opportunity to jump in. If I were to try and sell, find a wholesale opportunity with this brand, I can just Google straight from here, US Art Supply, and here we are, US Art Supply, the source for everything. This is, they are designed to wholesale, and you can contact them and see if it's worth opening up a wholesale account so you can buy their products. Another tab here is, we're looking at the products, but I like to look at the sellers to get a better idea of what's going on. Looks like TCP Global Corporation, they might have an arrangement with them. I wasn't aware of this before because I know they're a reseller, but they're representing 93% of the revenue. So maybe this isn't a brand that will say yes to Amazon sellers. So one way to find brands that are a little bit more open is to actually filter here the average number of FBA sellers. A company that has, one or less than one FBA sellers on average, they may have an arrangement. So I'm gonna look for like a minimum of 1.3 FBA sellers. And then let's take out brands with, we can filter out all the brands that have a dominant seller. And so here we go. Now we have with these additional filters, we have 250 brands to choose from. Let's just keep browsing. And you see that these are still really successful big brands. This is $1.8 million a month on Craig Bachman. I like to just click on it, just get an idea what the product looks like. Okay. Also, what's really interesting about this segment of arts, crafts, and sewing is this average selling price actually differs a lot. You see this average selling price of over $200, over $300. That's because these are probably sewing machines, very big machinery that are expensive. You may not have the capital to invest in these really expensive products, but maybe you do. There's different opportunities for different types of sellers. I can tell you that I have a little bit more experience in the the $15 to $30 price range. I just know those products, and I know our shipping works with them very well. So let's jump into Creative Grids. What are they about? So Creative Grids looks like they are rulers. I like that. I like their pages. And let's look at some of their products. And then if I were to try and source Creative Grids, I'm just gonna do a quick search, Creative Grid rulers, and here we are. We can contact them or where to buy, figure out if they are open to it. Looks like here they have a distributor that you can work with and open up an account. So right here, Smart Scout has shown me the best of the best of the best. That I've put all these filters to find out that I'm dealing with a brand that could be open to resellers. There's a few other columns that are interesting. Looks like the average product size. If you're trying to avoid FBA fees, you may want to find companies that have really small products. So here, Schmetz, like their volume is so small, it rounds to 0. So let's see what they look like. Yep, they're just a bunch of pins. And so I guarantee you're gonna be paying very low FBA storage fees on this. We do, my company BuyBoxer sells Schmetz and over the years and have found some success in doing so. So here's a better look at their product. Looks like they have a lot of bundles, bundle pack quantities. And you can see a number of sellers. I think, again, this is a brand that's just ripe for someone to jump in and to be able to buy and resell a little bit higher. So this is an example of just one category that I've filtered through and find criteria that I enjoy. There's other ways to filter this data, to take the 13,000 brands that are in a category and kind of smash a bunch of filters that make sense in a way that I want to pursue. And here's a cool thing is I can actually save this filter and come back to it. So let's save this as our arts and crafts filter. So there we go. I can reload this search and then just click on this filter and then get back to where we were. Even more synchronizing that you can do is you can write yourself notes. No, or yes, great opportunity. So these notes will persist and stay with your account so that if you've made a decision on a brand, you can filter it out. And you can even filter, we could do even a filter on our notes. So there you have it. I hope you can kind of get an idea of how powerful this tool is and in finding opportunities and making sure that what used to take hours of time in finding the best of the best just takes a few minutes and you're getting the best data to make sure that you're working with brands that are going to be very successful.